Welcome to today's episode of our Green Energy podcast. We are excited to have Dr. Rajinder Kora with us.
Thank you.
So my first question is, green hydrogen is getting a lot of attention in renewable energy. What makes it so important in your view?
It is very interesting to understand and splitting the carbon and hydrogen.
Using electrolyzers in India seems like a big steps.
One is the electrolyzer to make the hydrogen by splitting the water with the power.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of our Green Energy podcast. We are excited to have Dr. Rajinder Kora with us. He is the chairman and managing director of Bergen Group of Companies and has been a leader in bringing renewable energy solutions to India. Dr. Kaura has made a big difference in both rural and urban areas, especially in solar energy. Today, we will talk about green hydrogen and how it could shape the future of energy. So, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So, my first question is, green hydrogen is getting a lot of attention in renewable energy. What makes it so important in your view?
Yeah, it is very interesting to understand that the cost of production of hydrogen with the brown hydrogen, it may be $1 to $1.5 per kg. And when you make out of the natural gas and splitting the carbon and hydrogen, then this is known as blue hydrogen and costing between $3 to $4. And if you are making green hydrogen out of water splitting, this is the very good where there is a only 0.001% of the oxygen left, and that is the demand for the environment to be kept clean. So green energy being so costly, it cannot be afforded by everybody. So $6 brings the 1 kg and 1 kg gives you 33 kilowatt hours equivalent. So that is why the hydrogen, green hydrogen is though costly today. But I give you an example. If the fuel is to be transported from some place, say in Odisha to Ladakh, so even $1 will cost the whole hydrogen in Ladakh if it is transported by trucks more than $12. So this means it is useless to have a cheap hydrogen, and then transportation is a main problem. So what we do, we utilize the renewable energy, the solar, and make a very big plant, say in desert of Thar Desert, and from there the government has allowed in its policy the no wheeling charges. You can take away the electricity which you make with your own solar to any place where you want to use it to split the water to make hydrogen. So this means if I put up in Rajasthan a solar power plant and then I transmit it free up to Ladakh, and there is a pure water which you split into the hydrogen and oxygen, this means without any transportation cost, you have the hydrogen of $4 or $5 per kg. So this is the beauty of the hydrogen, that it can be transported in the form of liquid, gas, as well as solid. So I will say the best opportunity who is a Japanese as a country who utilized, demonstrated in their 2021 in bracket 2020 Olympics, the 100% energy for the players, for lighting, for transportation, for everything, the vehicles was by green energy.
Wow, very interesting, sir.
Yeah.
So, some producing electrolyzers in India seems like a big steps. Why do you think it's important to do this locally?
Yeah, in hydrogen whole ecosystem, you need two things. One is the electrolyzer to make the hydrogen by splitting the water with the power. So electrolyzer today is not being made in India, though many companies are trying to bring the collaborations and they can make electrolyzer. But to import it, it is very costly. So this means you will spend the dollars and your foreign exchange to buy the electrolyzers. So the first step, wherever you want to produce hydrogen, you take the electrolyzer, size its what size you need, and you start producing hydrogen. Say in a village, I want to produce electricity. So I can have solar power, but you know in the night there is no sun. So how to give the electricity during the night? Then I will, with the excess of the solar, I will split the water and store the hydrogen. So hydrogen can be stored under 760 bar in the jar as a liquid, and that is the cylinders like oxygen cylinders during COVID you have seen. So similarly, cylinders can be filled with the hydrogen. Second is liquid. So with the toluene as a vehicle, you can transport at a atmospheric pressure by sea from one country to the other. So that is the liquid transportation. Third is the hydrides. So like magnesium hydride, it will look like your coal, or the bajri on the roads. So it will be solid, but at 40 degree below, as soon as it gets heat, so with the SOFC fuel cell, you can get this hydrogen and convert it into electricity, and then this is a DC, convert into AC and give back to the village. So this means hydrogen is used as a storage of energy. So containers can be brought from anywhere as the solid hydrogen. So you need not to have the also making hydrides in the same village. It can be transported. But this is going to be the another application. And electrolyzer produces hydrogen, but fuel cell converts it to back hydrogen and oxygen combine together and produce water. But in byproduct, the DC current will come out. So in electrolyzer, you bring the DC current and make the hydrogen and oxygen. In fuel cell, you join hydrogen and oxygen, and then the water will be made. However, the current DC will come out. So that is the application. The most important other application is transport or mobility and electrical vehicle. Electrical vehicle you may drive by battery, or even you can drive the same by fuel cell. So don't have a misconception that hydrogen will be replacing the fuel. Hydrogen will not replace the fuel. It will be only producing DC current. And instead of the exhaust, there is steam or the water will be coming out, but the DC current is converted into AC and the electrical vehicle will be working accordingly. So these are the applications. And why we need the electrolyzer? Because we need hydrogen to produce the hydrogen. You need the electrolyzer. So Government of India wants to make it in a big way so that there is an industry, and this will give minimum 30,000 people every year by 2030 the employment to the engineers, and 120,000 people will get the indirect employment.
Wow.
Yeah.
This will be a big revolution.
Yes.
Very nice, sir. Very amazing insights. See, government support can really help new technologies grow. What kind of support is there for hydrogen energy right now?
The government has made a mission, green hydrogen mission, and first they have given some 1,000 CR for R&D purposes. But slowly they will bring up the PLI schemes, which is a production-linked incentive. So those who want to put up big plants, even to make ammonia, only then the ammonia can be exported wherever it is needed. And as I told you, ammonia plus carbon dioxide is urea. So to make the urea, the ammonia is needed. Ammonia is otherwise a vehicle. You can separate to hydrogen and nitrogen. So this is the beauty of hydrogen. And in the government's policy, they want to develop clusters and the same schemes like 25% as a spec scheme on capex or 50% of the capex can be given to the new people. There can be modified clusters. Clusters means the whole ecosystem is there. If somebody has to make electrolyzer, so all the different parts, particularly AEM and PEM, two types of the electrolyzers parts which are needed, they can be made somewhere nearby, so that somebody is stacking all these AEM and PEM electrolyzer materials and develop the electrolyzer. So this is where the government has to, in R&D plus training, they have to give money and they must start courses. And here I would like to add, when Japan started, they set up 3 universities. First university they set up was Yamanashi. So Yamanashi is near where there is one mountain, famous mountain in Japan.
Fuji.
Yes. So it is very near to that place, and that university was set up. It is a Yamanashi is a province, and this university's aim was how to produce hydrogen. Then in Tokyo, there was a University Tokyo Tech. The Tokyo Tech was asked that you have to work on transportation. How the hydrogen made, but how to transport. Third university was the Kyushu. In Kyushu University, which is near Hiroshima, and the university was given how to store the hydrogen in different forms, gaseous, liquid, and solid. Plus, Kyushu University was given a project in 2014, in 3 years, you will make for Toyota a car driven by hydrogen. So Mirai was the first car which in 2017 on time, the Kyushu University has taken it out. So the whole of the money was given by Japanese government. Similarly in India, so some projects for bigger vehicles or maybe for small vehicles, and why not even in Taiwan, with hydrogen, people are very small, Luna type, the boys and girls of teenage, they are running their auto two-wheelers. So this is the different type of application, but where the country makes a policy and regulations, that is very important. So they have to see the 3 things are needed for any industry to succeed: policy, then finance, and technology. So technology is now very well developed from safety point of view also. Many people will cry, oh, hydrogen is very volatile, and no. The Japanese have really tested the cylinders. They have set up a demonstration in Koyama near the Fukushima. They have set up in 70,000 square meter a demonstration model how from solar, splitting water, then storing, transportation, dispensing, the whole hydrogen and what are the different type of industries and how are the parts and what is needed, how the fuel cell can be made. And for example, in mobility, the temperature is only below 60 degree, but for the energy, the temperature goes in SOFC as high as 600 and 700 degrees centigrade. So that is stationary. The car is always moving. So there is safety, the temperature of the PEM, which is a part of the fuel cell as well as of your electrolyzer, that is very safe at 60, 70 degree of the temperature. So government need to follow on education, on training, on technology, on making some finances as those who will come, first few companies, they should be given enough money And PLI scheme can be introduced like it is in solar, where $3 billion are being given for 50 gigawatt. And this is almost, after you start producing 50%, you are given per watt 2 rupees or 1 rupees. It depends upon the quality and the standard you meet. Similarly, for hydrogen, similar scheme can come.
Wow, sir, amazing. But sir, every new technology has its challenges. What do you
Yes.
think will be the biggest challenges for hydrogen energy in next year?
Okay, the hydrogen energy, the biggest challenge is there is no demand in India. So even if you produce it, you have to export it. And
Okay.
when you have not been successful in your own country, exporting is a big disaster and challenge. That is number one. Number two, the government must make though they have made a mission, but they must ensure that these people are trained into the universities abroad, like Fraunhofer Institutes in Freiburg, where hydrogen they are working so many years. In India, which university is working on hydrogen? Even I don't know. But they can have immediate collaboration with the foreign institutes and start working. And government should go for a demonstration model of like 70,000 square meter, which Japan has done in Koriyama. I have visited that, and it has really opened my eyes. And there is no need to ask what is what and how it works. So it's very important because one is demand is not there, so we would be requiring the exports by that time, and the cost of production is really very high, $5 to $6. We have to bring it at least between 1.5 to $2. Then can become the real affordable by every Indian for mobility or for storage of electricity. And the government has recently sent their Minister for Renewable to Japan. They have made many collaborations for the purchase of ammonia from India. So if these are the efforts which government are putting, but it's a challenge that you don't have the customers and you want to spend money here. So I think government should concentrate on two things. One is on the vehicle use of the fuel cells, and there can be very big market of manufacturing of fuel cells. And if the fuel cell is not made in India, this means you cannot bring the price down of the cars. So for running a hydrogen-driven car will require a fuel cell, and fuel cell should be competitive to the battery. So that people can use hydrogen also. And making hydrogen everywhere, even at your house, you can make it. So these are the few things which I feel are the challenges.
Yes. Thank you, sir. So what is your message for our youth of this country who want to excel their career in this green energy, renewable energy, green hydrogen?
Yeah, you can see how the rains are coming and spoiling everything, roads, this and that. So youth should understand the environment is changing. And environment has been affected because we were using recklessly, particularly the developed country, the cars and the vehicles, and too much of the heating was going on, and you were watching after 10 years, 1.5 degree centigrade is going on. So youth first have a conviction that I have to participate in the environment, how to protect it. Not only that, everybody going to the engineering colleges and want to learn computer, then they want to go to IT and they want to work from home and all that. No, the message for youth is work by hand, take the screwdrivers. You should be able to assemble your own electrolyzer and your own fuel cell. When you come out of the college, you should have your own startup, and there should be mushroom growth of the cell manufacturers. The solar people are coming, and also electrolyzer manufacturers and fuel cell manufacturers. And there should be more universities dedicated to only solar and hydrogen. Solar and hydrogen are brother and sister. So they have to be taken care.
All are interconnected. Solar, green
Yes.
hydrogen, electrolyzers.
Yes.
Amazing, sir. Thank you so much. It was very lovely interacting with you. Lot of things to learn from you. Thank you so
No
much.
problem. No problem. It is for all of us and it is for our country